Luxury in architecture isn't just about price or prestige, it's about presence. In today's episode, we explore how modern architecture transcends the typical blueprint to craft homes that are not only beautiful today, but will remain timeless tomorrow. This is where design, materials, and innovation meet elegance, emotion, and soul. Timeless architecture doesn't chase trends. It whispers elegance through enduring materials, proportion, and flow. We're talking about homes that look as stunning today as they will 50 years from now. Spaces that resist aging because they're rooted in something deeper than fashion: harmony, balance, and contextual intelligence. True luxury in modern architecture isn't about overabundance. It's about intentionality. It's about minimal functional beauty executed with exquisite precision. Instead of ornamentation, we see spaces refined to their purest forms, where every line and material choice feels deliberate and grounded in purpose. What makes a space feel luxurious often lies in its proportion. High ceilings, long corridors, expansive windows, they all evoke a feeling of grandeur. Architects balance spatial rhythm, scale, and symmetry to create environments that feel effortless, yet leave a lasting impression on the senses. Timeless luxury begins with materials that age gracefully. Limestone, oak, bronze, travertine. These aren't just tactile, they tell stories. Natural materials bring authenticity and tactility to modern homes, creating sensory depth while blending modern lines with organic soul. Color schemes in timeless modern luxury homes lean toward the subtle. Think soft grays, creams, warm neutrals, and rich accents. These tones allow architectural forms and textures to shine, while promoting a tranquil, high-end ambience that doesn't shout, but resonates deeply. In luxury architecture, what's not there matters just as much as what is. Negative space offers room for breathing, visual rest, and emotional clarity. It's the elegance of restraint, a void that enhances presence, where architectural elements are framed like art in a gallery. Natural light is one of modern architecture's most luxurious features. Carefully placed skylights, clear story windows, and open floor plans invite daylight to sculpt interiors throughout the day. It's not just about brightness, it's about the movement of time and shadow across space. The relationship between architecture and its environment is essential. Floor-to-ceiling windows that frame courtyards, gardens, or water features create a visual dialogue between indoors and out. This integration of nature enhances peace, grounding luxury in the organic world beyond the walls. Modern luxury isn't loud. It's confident. Clean lines, seamless detailing, and subtle textures create a quiet grandeur, a beauty that doesn't need to announce itself. This is elegance rooted in design literacy, where architecture speaks softly but profoundly. True luxury lies in precision. Hidden joints, flush baseboards, custom cabinetry. These elements may go unnoticed at first glance, but they're felt. The craftsmanship behind every corner reflects a philosophy that beauty is as much about integrity as it is about aesthetics. Modern architects are pushing form without sacrificing timelessness. Through curves, cantilevers, and unconventional geometry, they reimagine space in expressive ways. Yet these forms are always grounded in material truth and structural clarity, ensuring that innovation doesn't overshadow sophistication. While open plans foster connection and fluidity, luxury homes are also about sanctuary. Thoughtful zoning, hidden courtyards, and secluded nooks offer moments of intimacy. It's a balance between openness and retreat, between communal energy and private escape. Smart systems don't have to clash with elegance. Integrated lighting, climate control, and security can operate invisibly, supporting the architecture without dominating it. The key lies in subtlety, letting technology serve the design, not define it. Modern luxury is sustainable. Green roofs, passive heating, local materials, these are no longer niche concepts. They've become essential to timeless design, aligning ethical living with aesthetic excellence. In fact, a home that respects the planet inherently respects its occupants. Architects like Tadao Ando, John Pawson, and Peter Zumthor have shaped the global language of modern luxury. Their works prove that restraint, tactility, and silence in design can be more powerful than spectacle. Their influence echoes in today's most timeless homes. Modern luxury borrows from around the world: Japanese minimalism, Mediterranean stonework, Scandinavian warmth, but the best designs are grounded in place. They respond to local climate, culture, and context, making each home uniquely rooted yet universally admired. Luxury homes often double as galleries, but beyond hanging paintings, they're crafted as art themselves. Every wall, staircase, or built-in element is a sculptural gesture, allowing owners to live inside something curated, expressive, and deeply personal. Elements like reflecting pools, fire pits, and gentle water features add sensory richness. They bring life, rhythm, and even ritual to a home. These elemental touches transcend utility. They become moments of pause, of wonder, of contemplation. In many modern luxury homes, furniture is custom-built or architecturally integrated. These pieces echo the language of the building itself, creating a seamless flow from structure to surface. It's design without borders, where everything feels connected. A grand experience begins at the threshold. From dramatic driveways to pivot doors and sculpted foyers, luxury homes make bold first impressions. Yet even here, elegance is achieved through choreography. How light, texture, and geometry reveal themselves as you enter. Sound is often overlooked in architecture, but in luxury homes, acoustics matter. Materials that dampen echo, layouts that reduce noise. These design choices create a sense of calm. Silence becomes part of the aesthetic, adding another layer of sensory luxury. Symmetry, whether axial or radial, brings a sense of order and elegance. It resonates with us at a deep psychological level. Even asymmetrical homes can carry a balanced essence, using geometry to create a visual rhythm that feels both grounded and graceful. Timeless luxury lives in the details of everyday life. How morning light falls across a stone floor, how a hallway opens to a hidden garden. Great architecture elevates the mundane, turning daily rituals into moments of quiet joy. Lighting fixtures aren't just utilities, they're focal points. From floating pendants to recessed linear LEDs, lighting becomes a form of modern sculpture, shaping how space is perceived while adding a warm, luxurious glow. Modern luxury is about how a space makes you feel. Is it calming, inspiring, empowering? Emotional response is the true litmus test of timeless design. The most successful homes aren't just seen, they're felt. Timeless luxury isn't fleeting. These homes are built to last, not just physically but culturally. They're homes that children inherit, architects study, and magazines revisit. They're built with legacy in mind, marrying enduring design with enduring values. Even the grandest homes must feel human. A soaring living room might feature low-slung furniture, soft textures, or tactile walls to keep the experience grounded. Luxury is not just about vastness, it's about intimacy at scale. A luxury home should do more than impress, it should move you. The geometry, light, material, and sound should combine into something that feels transcendent. The best architecture transcends functionality. It becomes poetry in space. Luxury architecture today isn't just about innovation, it's about intention. Beyond the blueprint lies the spirit of a home, a place where form meets feeling and elegance meets eternity. This is where architecture stops being shelter and becomes sculpture, sanctuary, and story.